Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. I have a deck profile today because I made day 2 at Wakefield CCQ. Jen is with me, the amazing caster. Hope you've enjoyed her commentary over the weekend.
Hello and welcome to this Disney Lorcana Challenge Championship qualifier.
Did not say it like that. You're so nasally. No.
I know, but I'm not very well now, am I?
I don't know if any of you saw, I was on feature table, round 1, which wasn't actually planned. Jen did not have any say. It was actually random.
I don't think it was random, but it wasn't me.
I think it was random, but also I think the judges were being a bit cheeky. So I want to show you my profile because I was basically 5-2 in day 1, and then making day 2, I won my first game 2-0, and then I succumbed to a loss, which wasn't anything I could do. But the last loss to not get top 32 was all my fault. So we've got to learn from those experiences. But I'd like to show you my deck, a little bit different. I've got some cool cards in there. I've got some cards that I probably should have changed, different ratios. But before we start, like and subscribe and comment down below what deck you're playing this season. Double before we start, I have a sponsorship with Volt X. Charlton 5 will save you 5% off with these guys that make incredible binders, so make sure to go and use my code. I don't think my code's been used yet because I haven't actually told many people about it. So will you be the first person to use my code? Staying on topic of Charlton 5, loads of people ask me about this incredible deck box. It's a Kingdom Hearts one. They've got little Mickey things, and got a Kingdom Hearts guy. I have this from Sleeve Chief, and Charlton 5 will enslave you. Charlton 5 will save you 5% off with Sleeve Chief as well. They make incredible deck boxes. Their sleeves are really, really nice. They do playmats too, so go check them out. I do hope in the future they have more Disney products like this one. Anyway, where are we gonna go next? Oh, I'll just show you my matchups. I luckily had quite an array of matchups. So I had an Emerald Amethyst, Amber Emerald, Sapphire Steel, 1 Blurple, Ruby Amethyst, then I had 2 Amber Steels and 3 Amethyst Steel. But yeah, I played nearly all the decks other than Sapphire Emerald. I didn't play against the cow deck, which, yeah, good. Day 1 was a 2-0 against Green Purple on the feature table. Then I lost 2-1 against Dogs, the Green Yellow Dogs. Then I lost 2-0 to Sapphire Steel, which was an insanely powerful deck that I just couldn't keep up with. And so yeah, I was 2-1 down going into round 4, and so I needed to turn things around. So I played against Amber Steel, won 2-1, played against another Amber Steel straight after and won 2-0. But that Amber Steel was a little bit different. It had Pluto, Huey. It was like trying to cheat out low cost characters for free. But you know, for some weird reason, every time I see a Pluto coming down, I feel like I'm gonna win the game because it always has to go sideways. And then I 2-1 a Ruby Amethyst deck. And then the last round was a 2-1 against Amethyst Steel. So I managed to claw back, get into a 5-2, make day 2 with 15 points. And I was so excited. My next round in day 2 was, well, the first one on Sunday was a 2-0 of Blurple. I just drew godly to the point where right at the end of the game I said to my opponent, I think that's all the luck I've used for the rest of the day, because it was a swift game. I got everything at the right time, got the docks at the right time, drew at the right time, and yeah, I ended up losing my next 2. It was a 2-1 against Amethyst Steel where I bricked game 3, so gutted. And in the last game I did a thing where I played a Cobra to go to 19 lore, and I discarded the only card that I could play alongside Cobra because when I passed turn, Cobra got outed, and yeah, I couldn't win the game. So don't discard things that you can play with. And the reason why I didn't discard my Thunderbolt, because it's an epic rare and I like it, and I thought Hades might be a good card to play when I should have just played the 2-drop Black Heron. Anyway, deck profile, I've got Jen here, and we're gonna go through it. I'm gonna start with my 1-drops. I have Olaf, Helping Hand, one of my favorite cards, if not my favorite cards from the new set. When he leaves from play, you can bounce one of your cards back. And the reason why I wanted to play this card in this deck was it was able to bounce back a Pete, bounce back a Doc, it can bounce back a Hades, an Elsa, all sorts of stuff, even the Mona, if it means, you know, drawing 3 cards and having things go sideways. So really, really cool card in practice. A lot of the time when I was testing, it was working really, really well. There were moments where I actually didn't like seeing it on the first turn. It's more of a mid to late game kind of card, so I'd rather see my other 1-drops as my first 1-drop. However, it was really cool. I think maybe going forward I should have tested it in 2s or 3s rather than just a playset of 4. But yeah, really unique card, unique effect, and it was really cool because when I got the malicious play against me, because this goes first after it takes the 1 damage, because it goes first before the Prince Philip comes down, it means I can bounce a card back to hand before Prince Philip comes down. So that's a really cool little combo. And then we got standard 1-drops with Diablo. I like to play Diablo going first, so on the play, it's a more defensive card, and then you play Captain Hooks going if you're on the draw, because it can take out anything that goes sideways besides Daisy Duck. A really cool card to have if anything goes sideways, because I have ways to buff the stats, and being a 3/2 1-drop is really good. So a lot of the time all my other stuff goes sideways except from Hook, ready to crash into things. Then got Black Heron. Early on, I was getting really upset with this card because when I was trying to find some answers, I was always seeing Black Heron. However, you know, being so early on the board with a 3/3 stat line is crazy good. And I did have some opponents complain about the stats for a 2-drop, but yeah, I ummed and ahed, bit like Marmite. This was a little bit of tech. I kind of wanted this to one-shot Dumbo because of the 3/1 stat line, and I also wanted it to be extra draw for Dumbo. However, I think this is replaceable. I think I missed Calhoun. I think Calhoun would have been a good choice in this slot. So I'd have to think about my uninkables. And I actually realized I only technically played just the 6 2-drops, which is not good enough because, or not high enough, because I don't count Doc as a 2-drop. And unfortunately, I've seen some lists play a different amount. Some people have been playing 1 and 2 of Doc. I think what I wish I did was take these 2 out and maybe 1 or 2 of these out Docs and put a Calhoun in, or 3 Calhouns in. And then there was some other cards I wanted to change. The 2-drop on the curve didn't feel good if I didn't find Black Heron. However, some lists, some decks let me do some cheeky little questing with this, but it wasn't enough to like make a massive difference. 3-peat, nice and standard. Bounce it with Olaf. Stop the malicious coming down, so you've got to control those kind of decks. Stop against Under the Sea, but a lot of my cards have really high strength, so Under the Sea is not particularly strong against me. It's also really good in the mirror, making sure Thunderbolt and Strength aren't being played. Something that not many people have been using, Alina. Really, really cool with Olaf, because you can make him a 4/1, crash in something and bounce a card. Sometimes I was bouncing Alina again, and then playing her again, making a +2. Is not Alina, is it? Yeah. Yeah, all my 1-drops benefit massively. You know, Hook becomes a 5/2, Diablo becomes a 2/1 and draws a card if it crashes, and then everything else becomes super strong, like a 5/3 Black Heron. I really, really like this card. And then it puts pressure on questing because it quests for 2. This card messed me up massively. I have not used its effect to gain lore until the last game where I messed up my discard. I should have taken like 5 more seconds, a little bit longer to go, right, if I discard this, what would happen? If I discarded this, what would happen? And the Black Heron should have been played because I had nothing for it. Other than that, I'm not sure. I think that's the reason why it's in the deck.
It's interesting because we saw it quite a bit on the feature table, and there were a few moments I remember where it really came in clutch to just get that extra lore the opponent wasn't expecting.
Yeah, I rarely did it.
You have to be really careful. It makes you have to do a very difficult decision of whether to discard, what to discard. It's a hot and cold kind of card, I think.
Yeah, I think turn 3, I'm rarely ever playing it as well. So, because there's just so many cards that choose, and so he will just get vanished. So maybe I'm thinking there might be some wiggle room to remove this card and put something else in. But yeah, one card I want to put in is 2 more Lexingtons. You know, the fact that he can take out a Genie and a Dumbo and still survive is so good. I wish I had 2 more. Maybe the Cobras would come out. And then I played 2 Davids, because when you play him, you can discard a card to discard a card to do 2 damage. And there were moments where it was damaging something, so then the Hook could finish it off. It was damaging things to completely remove them from the board. So it's really good against dogs to remove the little ones, especially when you want to hit the ladies. so they can't shift. There was pivotal moments. This was my only 3-drop on the curve, and it just wasn't good enough. And you don't want to discard early on because you want your hand advantage. I do feel fine with discards because of, you know, the likes of Docs and Hades drawing cards, and then also having Olaf on the board means you get your Doc back. So I was okay. My playstyle is to be aggressive and like just flood the board a little bit, but I think going forward I want to learn to become more conservative with my hand. But David doesn't make you become conservative because you'd have to discard for the 2 damage. 4 genies, good card. 4 dumbos. Good card, but the funny thing is, it rarely ever survives. And I was talking to an opponent about it, and they said, well, you'd rather have it on your board because if it does survive, you get to do things. But at the moment, there's so much hate, especially in the mirror, for this card, so it gets removed quite quickly. But when it doesn't get removed, you're basically winning. Yeah,
that's exactly why it gets removed.
Yes.
Is if you see a Dumbo, you've got to get rid of it.
Oh, absolute MVP, Hades, especially if you can get one after the other. So on turn 5 you play a Hades, on turn 6 you play a Hades. A lot of the time I would Hades and choose their genie, and then they would say draw 2 cards, and then with my other genie I'd sing Thunderbolt. And so you've drawn 2 cards and you've popped that card, and then you've got a body on board to, you know, sing further stuff. But, you know, decent stat lines. I wish it quested for 2. Come on, you're legendary. However, very, very good card. It makes your opponent sweat. They don't know if they should remove it. A lot of the time during the tournament, when I really wanted some cards in hand, they would go, yeah, you can draw 2. And there were some opponents who would never let you draw 2. So it was just this weird, you're getting to know the people, like, oh, this person doesn't mind me having cards in my hand. It's like, this person doesn't want cards in my hand. So it was quite a funny thing to see in people.
Hades doesn't do a good deal.
No. 2 Elsas. I decided to cut, make it just 2. And so whenever it came up, she was really good. I had lots of cards to be able to, exert, and then I had lots of cards to do the challenge and keep her, especially for the Dumbo draw. But yeah, she can pack a punch, especially with the 5 willpower. She's able to soak up some damage. I think I do want to test like Belle and Cheshire Cat in here because my deck kind of goes low to the ground. Cheshire Cat takes a lot. But then again, I did complain about 3 drops, did I? No, I didn't really complain about 3 drops. Maybe Cheshire Cat for Cobra. Elsa and Hades are really good for Cheshire ammo, if it makes sense. And then I got 2 Demonas, really funny. I think only out of 4 times I used her, I only won once when I had used her. Really, really, really strong against like the Emerald Sapphire decks where they end up having lots of cards in hand. So you don't get punished by giving them 3 cards. However, most decks do just use a lot of their hand. If she sticks and they don't draw 3, maybe they just draw 1, she's a problem afterwards because, a 5-6 stat line can crash into anything, or when she's questing, she's difficult to remove. At the start of the tournament, I didn't like her, but she slowly grew on me, and I don't think I can cut her, even though I did think about it. 3 strengths.
4 strengths.
4 strengths, my bad. Yeah, nice and simple. And then your big boys. Thunderbolts. So good. The +2 challenge never really comes up. Sometimes I just do it for funnies and I sing with like a genie and then I make the Hades get +2. But really, really cool card. This and Olaf are like my favorite cards, especially the fact that this got like the rarity bump. I think with the Thunderbolt, I'm glad it can take out these. It's really, really cool. Yeah, it can take out all the really good problem cards. Unfortunately, the Sapphire Steel matchup is so difficult for us because they have really, really high willpower. It was really, really rough. And like even Thunderbolts can't do anything to like a Vincenzo. Like it can half its willpower. But yeah, unfortunately, that is the worst matchup and I need to look into it. However, I think Jen wants to play this deck now, having casted. I think you enjoyed watching it and you've also played it before.
Yeah, I played it a lot when I was playtesting in advance of the tournament. I can't get enough of Cheshire Cat, I really can't.
So that was my deck. If you like these deck profiles and you want to watch more, please like and subscribe and just say, I want to watch more. Big shout out to Ravensburger for putting on a good event, brilliant event with Living Realms. They were awesome. The whole weekend was incredible, wasn't it, Jen? Shout out to the casters, Jen, Ed, and LD. Shout out to all the people who come to say hi to us. Shout out to all the judges who were so sweet. Because Jen was like backstage and behind the scenes and on the scenes and causing chaos, I was kind of on my lonesome a little bit. So a couple of judges basically became my best friends for the weekend. So thank you so much, Ryan and David.
Johnny.
Okay, sorry. Sorry, David. I'm going to be giving away one of the promo cards that we got for entering is the Jasmine, this Whisper one, the foil one. Please like and subscribe and comment down below, and I will be giving this to anyone who just comments, because that's what I do. And also watch the latest video, because this is about to finish this giveaway. So go and watch the latest video. See you in a bit. Bye.